Has anyone here ever started a project thinking it's going to be a walk in the park and it'll only take a week or so, and 3 months down the road, you're left wondering where you went wrong and you realize you're in over your head? Well, I've had my fair share of those projects, so today I'm going to teach you the proper way to build a storage shed. Good, cheap storage is hard to come by, and it seems there is always a need for it, so learning to build your own storage shed can be very valuable. After building a few sheds myself and learning the right way to do it, I'm a proper candidate for teaching the building process. In this speech, I will lay out all the steps to successfully building structurally sound and fully functional storage sheds. First, let's take a look at the overview of the project as a whole, so you can see all the steps put together. The first step of building a storage shed is the foundation. And in order to build a shed that is going to last and be structurally sound, it must have a solid foundation underneath. Before the actual building of the foundation begins, you must pick out a site where the structure is going to be. After the site is picked out, the elevation needs to be picked and the hole for where the foundation needs to be dug. Once the hole is dug and the elevation is picked, the forms that hold the concrete need to be set and the floor can now be poured. The next step for building your shed is to frame and sheet the walls. The first thing when building the wall is to snap square chalk lines on the slab and anchor down the bottom plate. This is very important that it is done right and the slab is square, because if not, it will cause problems later on in the building process. After the bottom plate is down, cut the top plate the exact same size and lay out where the studs are going to be on both plates. Laying out the plates at the same time right next to each other will avoid confusion when putting up your studs. The next thing is to nail your studs into the top plate and stand up, level, and brace your walls. It is important to make sure the walls are level both ways and they are braced both ways as well. The next process is to double plate and sheet the walls. This process is very important because it gives the structure stability and locks the walls in place. Now the walls are level and sturdy, it is time to put the roof on. Putting the roof on is the last process in building a shed. The first thing is to lay out the rafters properly at 2 foot on center. When you're setting the rafters, it is important to brace the end wall rafters and all other rafters 2 foot on center off the end wall. After the rafters are up and level, it is time to put on the fascia. The fascia goes on the tails of the rafters and on the outside of the end wall rafters. Fascia is important because it dresses up your shed and makes it look professionally done. The next thing after the fascia is on is to sheet the roof. In this process, it is important to use roof clips to avoid sagging. After the roof is sheeted, the soffit needs to be sheeted as well.